Are getting these breaking inputs that Supreme Court is hearing a PIL seeking a probe into an agreement signed between the Indian National Congress and the Communist Party of China in Beijing on August 7, 2008. In their petition, advocate Sushant Shekhar Jha and journalist Savio Rodrigues claimed that despite hostile relations with China, Rahul Gandhi, representing Congress, signed the agreement when it was ruling the country as part of a coalition. Let me go across to our legal editor Harish Nair, who's joining me with more inputs on this development. Harish, if you can give us more details about this PIL in the Supreme Court.
Yes, Preeti, Advocate Sushant Shekhar Jha and Rodrigues, a journalist, had approached the Supreme Court seeking a probe into the agreement signed between the Indian National Congress, represented by Rahul Gandhi, and the Communist Party of China on August 7, 2008. He wanted details regarding it. But what is significant is that though the Supreme Court asked the petitioners to go to the High Court with the petition, the Chief Justice S.A. Bobde made a very significant statement and asked the question, how can a political party enter into an agreement with China? If you want to amend your petition, we will allow. But if you are stating a wrong fact, we will prosecute you. Issue is very serious. In our limited experience, we have not heard about a political party entering into an agreement with another country. And after making all these remarks, Supreme Court bench headed by Justice S.A. Bobde has asked the petitioners to approach the High Court with their grievances. In the petition, Advocate Jha and journalist Savio Rodrigues claimed that despite hostile relationship with China, the Congress signed the agreement when it was ruling the country as part of a coalition and hid the facts and details of the agreement. Rodrigues alleged that he urged the Congress to make details of the agreement public, but no heed was shown in that respect, which shows a malafide intention of the Congress. The plea has been moved in the Supreme Court seeking the direction for NIA and CBI to investigate the 2008 agreement between Congress and Communist Party of China for exchanging high-level information and for cooperation between them. The plea, the petitioners argued that despite having a hostile relationship with China, the Congress had signed an agreement when it was heading a coalition and had hidden the facts and details of the agreement from the country. But what stands out, Preeti, is the very significant remark by Chief Justice that how can a political party enter into an agreement with China? If what you are stating is wrong, we'll prosecute you.
Yes.
In our limited experience, we have not heard about a political party entering into an agreement with another country. But making these remarks, the Supreme Court asked the petitioners to approach the concerned High Court and refuse to entertain the petition.
Well, that is exactly the point here, Harish, isn't it? The seriousness of the court and its view on this matter is quite evident in the observations made by the CJI. He is in fact giving out a warning to the petitioner that you better be correct with your facts, because this is a very serious matter, and if the facts are wrong, then obviously you will be taken to task. But otherwise, it's an unheard of case where a political party, not the government of India, is entering into an agreement with another country.
Yes, that's right, Preeti. Even Times Now had very actively raised these questions, and we had repeatedly shown the pictures of Rahul Gandhi signing the agreement with China in 2008, and that raised very similar questions. The PIL was based on the reports carried by Times Now several times, and we had. Times Now had raised several questions regarding this agreement, and Chief Justice remarked that how can a political party enter into an agreement with China, and are you sure about the facts? And in that case, it is a very serious issue. And remember, the Chief Justice himself said that in our limited experience, we have not heard about a political party entering into an agreement with another country, and be sure that the facts are correct. And with those facts, you can approach a concerned High Court, but for the time being, we are not entering into it. And this was after Mahesh Jethanani, a very senior lawyer appearing for the petitioner, said that he wanted to amend this petition and add some more prayers and add some more facts. He wanted to add more evidence regarding this agreement between Indian National Congress and the CPC, which had become very controversial after the episode was broken by Times Now, and they said that be very sure about the facts and approach the High Court. And for the time being, we are not entertaining this petition. But what stood out of the hearing was the very significant remark which came from the bench headed by Chief Justice S.A. Bobde.
That's right, Harish, and this is exactly what Times Now has been highlighting through its news break, and this is a clear impact of Times Now news break when we had questioned exactly the same thing. How can a political party enter into an agreement with another country? The UPA must be ruling at that time, but it wasn't an agreement from one government to the other, and that is exactly, Harish, what the CJI has also raised, concern about. This is unprecedented, unheard of, and something that definitely needs to be, probed further.
Yes, that's right. That is what the Supreme Court also made. What Supreme Court also made clear to the petitioners, Sushant Shekhar Jha and Rodrigues, and especially when they said that they need to amend the petition, Supreme Court said that it's a very serious issue. It merits investigation, and
Harish, I'm going to interrupt you for a second because I'm joined on the phone line by BJP's Gaurav Bhatia. Gaurav Bhatia, this is in fact, once again, this vindicates the stand that Times Now had taken, that the BJP had taken, that this is completely an unheard of situation where a political party enters into an agreement with a country.
Absolutely, and congratulations to Times Now. And this is what the BJP has been saying all throughout, that there is a conflict of interest, there is a quid pro quo, and Congress signing a deal when they were in power with China, accepting donations from them, is something very serious which jeopardizes national security. And now the Honorable Supreme Court also making this scathing observation itself shows the dubious role that Congress played while it was in power, and therefore this becomes very serious and it is getting murkier day by day. The Congress needs to give clarity to the country. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, who loves to tweet irresponsibly on China,
yes, Mr. Bhatia,
needs to come out and clarify his position and that of his party.
Yes, Mr. Bhatia, we so often hear about federalism from the Congress party. They say now under Modi Raj, federalism is being challenged. The right of the state is being challenged. But look at this, 2008, those pictures that we see of Rahul Gandhi sitting next to the top Chinese governance leaders. Well, doesn't that mean that there the federal structure of the state is being challenged? In this case, a political party signing a deal with the Chinese state.
You're making a very valid point, and let me say something on federalism first. Mr. Rahul Gandhi, leaving his comics aside, should read the Constitution of India, and foreign affairs and security of our country as well as defense comes under the central government. And therefore, when they were in power, how could they jeopardize and compromise on national security, not take care of national security issues of our country, and sign this agreement, which is signed by political parties?
Mr. Gaurav Bhatia, please hold on. We are also joined by Mr. Majid Memon, a senior lawyer and from NCP. Mr. Memon, you've heard the news break on Times Now. 2008 deal signed by Mr. Rahul Gandhi with the Chinese leadership has been questioned. The top court has said that how can a political party sign a deal, sign an MOU with government of China? Your observations?
Well, ostensibly, it appears to be something very shocking if a private party, be it a political party or an individual or any other organization outside the government, can have any. Yes, hello.
Yes, sir. Go on. We can hear you.
It's very astonishing that any individual or private party or a private group could have any kind of contract responsibility created by entering into some agreement with another country, because definitely it's the national issue, because India and China can only have any kind of understanding, or India or any other country could have any kind of understanding, because it would be a national issue, and therefore the government, erstwhile government at that time, must be in the know of it and must approve it. And I am not sure as to what is being spoken about in the petition in 2008. The document was signed reportedly as alleged between Congress political party and Chinese counterpart, Chinese government. then in that case the Indian government must have been taken into confidence. And
But sir, Indian government be taken into confidence is fine. But what locus standi does Mr. Rahul Gandhi as a Congress leader have to sign the papers? The picture tells you the entire story. You have MOS, MEA, Mr. Anand Sharma there.
No,
you have...
see, there's no question
yes,
of enemy or something. The question is that between two countries, whether it is a friend or enemy is another issue, which we cannot go into now at this stage. But please understand that unless it is ratified by the government, it will have no value, no effect.
Well, it doesn't have any effect perhaps, but look at the picture. The picture told you the story. You had the UPA chairperson there. You had the minister in charge of external affairs there, folded hands standing behind Rahul Gandhi, while the Chinese leadership is signing the MOU with Mr. Rahul Gandhi. The question now again, Mr. Rahul Bhatia, is how do you explain it to the people of India? Every time you are challenging, you are saying that... Mr. Gaurav Bhatia is not there on the line with us, but that essentially, Preeti, tells you the story right now that Mr. Rahul Gandhi signing the deal on behalf of Government of India with the Chinese government, or is he doing a deal between Congress and Beijing? That's the question, Preeti.
Right. Vivek, thanks very much, in fact, for joining us on that story. With that, we're also heading into a very quick break here in the Bulletin. News and updates will continue on the other side.